Greetings, Dr. Dominique Reese here, and I am totally excited to reintroduce to some, launch for the first time to others, Reese Financial Services, where I'm the Chief Financial Coach and Consultant and owner. I thought it would be a good idea to do this live video because, one, I've been so inspired in the past few days, given the unfortunate passing of Mr. Nipsey Hussle and all of the things that he accomplished in his life have impacted me as a financial professional, and just studying his business savvy and studying his methods of economic development, but really also understanding the messaging behind a lot of his work and a lot of his art, which promoted ownership and promoted financial empowerment and entrepreneurship. And I find it's a very timely and topical time to discuss finances and to simply encourage my clients, my prospects, my friends, my family, and those who are seeking financial direction. It's time to encourage you that you can do it, and more importantly, you're destined for it. And so I thought it would be a good idea to just spend some time reintroducing myself again to some, but also launching to others this idea, the concept of financial coaching, what it is, what I do, how I do it, the types of clients I tend to work with, and the results and benefits that my clients experience as a result of working with me. So I thought I'd take some time to do that, and I'm looking forward to sharing just in a very few minutes what it is that I do and why is it so important right now. Because, again, everything in divine order, as my shirt says. I think that it's a perfect time to start promoting the benefits of this service. Oh, my son. Yes, Yair.
I accidentally, the remote was in my sock and it turned on to 7.
Okay, thank you.
Station.
Okay, thank you.
But that,
So okay, it's okay. I'll come and check on it later. I'm a mother and I run a business, so that happens, and I apologize when it does, but there's nothing more I could do about that part. But as I was saying, I would love to help you understand a bit more the concept of financial coaching, how it's different than other forms of financial assistance that you may be used to. And again, I'm a financial coach. I'm accredited. I am licensed to help my clients with really anything that impacts their money and anything that falls within the expertise that I have. I have over 15 years in the industry in serving clients. I started my career as a financial advisor, but today I tend to work with clients who are women leaders, professionals, and business owners, serving in their divine purpose, but also who have money problems that they want to solve. And those problems specifically are related to income, savings, and debt. I typically work with clients around increasing their income, increasing their savings, and decreasing their debt. Very simple. Now, there are other areas that will also come into play just naturally because a lot of our money is interrelated. So credit is going to come into play, budgeting is going to come into play, mindset is going to come into play. What is very different about financial coaching compared to other types of financial guidance that you might receive is that financial coaching is a very client-driven model and process. Notice I said process. So it's not necessarily just a one and done. It most certainly can be, but it is a relationship that we intend to build over time with the client so that the client can, one, feel like there's been some progress made over time in working with the professional. And then more importantly, also to facilitate behavior change. So coaching is going to focus on not only the numbers, but the behavior as to why you're experiencing whatever you're experiencing in your financial life. So those are the two main areas that we tend to focus on, at least in my practice. And because I am an accredited financial counselor, but I'm also a financial fitness coach, I have both designations. I blend coaching and counseling and consulting. I love to do that. That is my style. It works best for me. Whereas you might meet some coaches who are strictly coaching, will never step out of that coaching lane. You might also meet some other counselors who are strictly counselors and very seldom step out of the counseling lane. I like to blend the two because it is, in my opinion, that I'm able to best serve my client by blending the two. There are times when my client might strictly need coaching, might strictly need guidance, information, resources, tools, but they have the know-how to get it done. They don't need me to check in on them. They don't need me to guide them and tell them to stay on, to do certain things. If they do, that is accountability that I do provide and is very central to financial coaching. On the other hand, there could be a crisis that we are trying to mitigate. Maybe there's a situation that has to be handled right now. The client doesn't know the strategy. The client is unaware of the education, and the client really doesn't know where or how to get started. That's where a more counseling approach could be very helpful. So depending upon what's necessary, what the client needs, we're going to take the best approach. But I'm skilled and I'm trained to know how to do both. The other thing is that you might find a financial coach is very different than a financial educator, a financial counselor, a financial planner, and a financial advisor. And I believe there's this spectrum. In our industry, we call it the continuum of care. And so in that continuum of care, I am different than working with the financial advisor. One, specifically off of how I get paid. Advisors are paid based on assets under management, what we call AUM. And you typically have to have assets in order to work with an advisor. So let's say you don't have any assets. Let's say you still have debt. Let's say you are still struggling to budget properly. Let's say you're still struggling to save adequately. Let's say you've got some credit issues you want to improve. An advisor is not going to help you with that. You don't have the assets for him or her to manage, for them to get paid, to be able to do anything for you. So working with an advisor would not be helpful or effective. You may need to work with a planner, a coach, or a counselor. So that's where I come in. I wear all three of those hats depending upon the need that my client might have. But generally, we're going to start with that coaching approach. What is it that you want to see different? What is it that you don't like? What are some of the goals that you have? And where are you in terms of achieving those goals? Once you know where you are, where you want to be, we're going to figure out together how to get there. And that's where the coaching and counseling techniques come into play. Now, if you have things like retirement planning, tax planning, investment planning, maybe even any estate planning needs, then that's where my planner hat will come into play. But if you're not ready for that, we're simply going to focus on education, coaching, and counseling. That entails information, resources, tools, accountability, and really giving you a starting point with support, which is me. And I'm not here to tell you what to do. Coaching is client-driven. I don't know what's best for you. I'm not here to make decisions for you. And instead, I'm here to support the decisions that you feel are best for you. So I'm not going to tell you, I think you need a budget. That's not my place. As a coach, it is not my place to tell my clients what they need. However, I will say, well, tell me what you know about a budget. What's your experience with it? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Have you used one before? Now I'm going to understand what you think about a budget, and then we could possibly talk about the pros and cons of using that budget and how it might benefit you. So I'm hoping that you're able to see how working with the financial coach can help you, no matter how basic your financial situation, no matter what the financial need is. Even if you did have investing needs, you can still work with the financial coach because you might not know where to get started. You might not know what investments are best for you. Well, again, a financial advisor is typically not going to work with you if you don't have the assets to invest. I know when I was a financial advisor with Merrill Lynch, I worked with clients who had $250,000 in investable assets. If you didn't have that, I couldn't work with you. So you may not be ready to fully invest a large sum of money, but maybe you're saving and you do have some savings or some assets that you'd like to start preparing for investing. working with the coach could be beneficial in helping you to understand what your investment philosophy is, what it is you want to get out of investing, what your risk tolerance is, and really how to prepare you to work with the financial advisor that you would then go out, interview, and then decide to work with. So a financial coach is really your partner. It's someone that you can put on your financial team, someone with whom you can ask questions when you have them, someone that you can trust to really bounce ideas off of, right? I'm thinking about this. Here's what I want to do. What do you think based on your expertise? Again, I'm not here to judge you. It's a total judgment-free zone. I'm simply here to give you the tools you don't have to help you accomplish the goals that you do have. And ultimately, when I work with clients, that could look like a 6-month engagement. That could look like a 12-month engagement. Most of my programs are actually 90-day engagements. I work virtually. I work in person. I'm sorry. Yair, please go out. Please go out. Please go out. Thank you. Sorry. 90-day engagements and are online. So I work with a lot of clients across the country, virtually, whether it's as a private client or in my group coaching programs. So I do have several options in which clients can engage me. I'm a published author. So if you're not quite ready to just work with me one-on-one, but you still want access to the techniques and the things that I teach my clients, then you should check out Master My Money. The book, it is on Amazon.com. You can reach it, you can purchase it there. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to the questions you might have and seeing what it is that's on your mind about your money. How Reese Financial Services can be an asset, a partner, some support that you've been seeking in order to really help you get to the next level in your financial life. So I will end right now. If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. Send me a message here through my business page, and I look forward to being in touch with you. If you think that you're ready to see what it's like to work with a financial coach, I have an application that you can just certainly fill out to see if it's going to be a good fit for us to work together. It'll help me get a better idea of how I might be able to serve you. Fill out that application really quick. It's like literally maybe 1 minute. I'll receive that, and then I'll be able to get back to you on what the next steps are. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to post them in this video, and I look forward to being a resource to you and your family. Have a great night. Peace.